Hello student, I am Gitakshi teaching biology in Cambridge International School, Dasuya. Hope you all are fine. Students, in last lesson I discussed about syllabus of grade 9 sciences and hope you all are able to understand. Now today I am just going to start a first chapter, fundamental unit of life. In this chapter we will discuss about cell, its type, its component in detail. So in this lesson today, first of all, I would like to discuss about introduction about itself. So let's start. Students, everybody likes to read a story books. Story books are framed with the help of sentences and sentences are framed with the help of words. And what are the words made up of? Words are made up of with letters. Same as when you see everywhere. Everything is made up of one or two smaller units called entities. These entities are called basic unit. Same, our body is made up of small entities, or you can say basic unit cell. Our body consists of millions of the cells. So today I am just going to give you introduction about cell. So students, today we will discuss about cell. Like what is the history of cell? Who discovered cell? Why cell is called basic unit of life? What are the characteristic features of cell called cell theory? Gadgets to study cell, about shape, size of cell, how cell can perform a distinct function in organism, type of organism on the basis of cells like unicellular organism, multicellular organism. So one by one we will discuss everything in detail. Dear students, cells are so small that they cannot seen with naked eye. These were discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. He examined a thin slice of cork under a self-made microscope. Cork is obtained from bark of tree, and its section was made up of a large number of boxes or compartments forming a honeycomb-like structure, and he called these compartments as a cell. Cell is derived from a Latin word cellula, which means a little room. Cells seen by a Hooke were all dead cells, and they had only empty spaces surrounded by a cellulose cell wall. Then, Leeuwenhoek in 1674 recognized the presence of living cells in a pond water. He used a homemade microscope with improved magnification. Later, in 1831, Robert Brown described nucleus in the cell of roots. Then Parkanji and Mohl named living substances of cell as a protoplasm. Then scientists Quine and Skledheim, they just give us certain features about cell called cell theory. Then Virchow gave this next in 1855, suggested that all cells come from pre-existing cell, modified the cell theory given by Quine and Skledheim. This was all about history of the cell. Dear students, as I already told you, just as a building is made up of bricks, body of organism is also made up of cells. Cell is a structural and functional unit of living organism. It can exist independently and can perform all life processes. Cell has the same position in biology as an atom is the fundamental unit in physical science. It is the smallest unit of life capable to carry out all life activities. It includes study of various aspects of cell. Cell have certain characteristics, and these are cells are building blocks of all plants and animals. Cell is a capable of independent existence and perform all basic functions of life. Every organism starts its life as a single cell, and each cell has its own lifespan. Old and worn out cells are continuously replaced by new cells. Many cells together they form a tissues together to form organs combine together to form organ system. Ultimately, an organism is formed. Cell is called structural unit of life because body of organism is made up of cell. It is called functional unit of life because all functions are performed of our body by cell. A German botanist, Christine, and a zoologist, Quinn, they formulated cell theory for plants and animals. In 1885, Virchow also modified cell theory given by above these scientists. Now, what are the features of this cell theory? Cell is a basic unit of structure of all plants and animals. Cell is a basic unit of functions and all metabolic reaction take place inside the cell. All living organisms are made up of cell. Cell is a unit of heredity as it contains hereditary material inside the nucleus. Now scientists will show modify the cell theory, give one more point that all cells arise from pre-existing cell. Students here, gadgets to study cells, microscope, because cells are very small, we cannot see it with naked eye, so we need some gadgets to study cells. And so there are two gadgets, one is light microscope, one is electron microscope. Light microscope is a microscope that uses lights which shines through a piece of animal or plant you are looking at and use glass lens to magnify and focus the image, which can magnify up to 1500 times. It is used to make a micrograph. Electron microscope is a microscope which uses beam of electrons to magnify up to 500,000 times. It is used in making electron micrograph. So now I want to discuss about the instrument microscope. Here you can see a eyepiece. Eyepiece is a lens present at the top used to see objects under study which have magnification of 10 to 15 times. Then you can see tube, also called body tube, which connects the eyepiece to objective lens. Then resolving nose piece. It allows the rotation of lenses while viewing and has holders for different objective lens. Then here you can see a quartz adjustment, focus knobs, which is used to adjust, used for focus on scanning. And there are two, one is quartz adjustment knob, one is fine adjustment knob. Quartz adjustment knob is used for focus on scanning, but fine adjustment knob is used for focus on oil. Moves the body tube for focusing the high power lens. Then you can see arm. It supports the tube of microscope and connects to the base of microscope. Then stage. It is a platform that is flat, used for placing the slides under observation. Then there is a stage tip. That is a holds the slides in a proper place. Base. Provide bezel and support. Then power switch, the main power station that turns the illumination on and off in a light microscope. Magnification. Magnification is how many times it is larger than a real object. The formula is, we have just a formula which is used to see the magnification. We can use always magnification of lenses. Then cell membrane. Dear students, in order to perform a different function, cell exhibit different shapes in different parts of body and also in different organism. Some cells like amoeba, white blood cells can change their shape, whereas most plants and animals have a cell of fixed shape. These cells can be spherical, oval, polygonal, cuboidal, spindle-shaped, cylindrical. Shape of cell is often related to function they perform. For example, white blood cells. These are amoeboid with pseudopodia. Why they are just amoeboid? So that they can squeeze out through capillaries wall. Red blood cells, they are circular in shape. They are circular so that they can move easily through small spaces. Nerve cells. Nerve cells are the longest because they have to conduct nerve impulse to distant part of body and to brain. Muscle cells are also long and contract so that they help in movement of bone. Xylem vessels, they are also elongated because they have to transport water and minerals from roots to all parts of plant. So students, cells differ in shape, size, structure, functions, and all of them have to perform their specific functions. And do you know what is the longest cell in our body? Longest cell are the nerve cell. And largest cells are ostrich egg. Did you know about smallest cell? Smallest cell is mycoplasm, PPLO. Cells are so tiny that they cannot be seen only through a microscope. Dear student, now the question is how we can measure cell. Cells are measured in micrometer or microns. A micron is a 1,000 part of a millimeter. Most cells lie in a range of 1/10 to 1,000 of a millimeter, and a nanometer is 1,000 of a micrometer. Now, the question is how can cells perform distinct function in organism? As you know, cells are capable of performing multiple functions in an organism. Cell contains specific components which are called organelles. These organelles, every organelle is specified to perform a specific function, such as some organelles have a function making a new cells, clearing the waste of cells, then organelle allow cells to perform a several kind of activities in an organism. So cells are also said to exhibit division of labor because cells have a different organelle to perform a different function. For example, plasma membrane. Plasma membranes to control the entry and exit of substances into cell. Mitochondria. Did you know about mitochondria? Powerhouse of cell. Ribosome. Protein synthesis. Lysosome also act as quencher and soldier for a cell. It clear all dead organelles. Endoplasmic reticulum helps in the transport of proteins and lipids. So these all the cell organelles which are specified to perform a specific function. Dear student, now we have to discuss about a type of organism. There are two types of organism on the basis of cells: unicellular organism, multicellular organism. Unicellular organism, these are the organisms that are made up of single cell and may constitute a whole organism. Example, amoeba, paramecium, bacteria. These organisms only have a single cell. Next is multicellular organism, the organism which are composed of a collection of cells that assume function in coordinate manner with different cells specialized to perform a particular task in the body. And these are called multicellular organism. For example, plants, human beings, animals. So this was all about type of organism on the basis of number of cells. Here you can see plants or human cells combine together to form a tissue, tissues combine together to form organ, and ultimately organism is formed. So in this way, multicellular organism originate from a single cell. So students, now let's start quiz. My first question is who discovered living cells? Here four options are given. First option is Robert Hooke, second Purkinje, third Leeuwenhoek, fourth Robert Brown. I hope you know answer. Leeuwenhoek is a right answer. Leeuwenhoek discovered living cell. My next question is who gave the statements all cells arise from pre-existing cell? Here four options are given. First option is Haeckel, second is Virchow, third is Hooke, fourth is Claudine. Right answer is Virchow. Dear students, next question is who gave cell theory? Options are given: Square and Claudine, Virchow, Hooke, Haeckel. Right answer is Square and Claudine. Virchow just modified the cell theory given by Square and Claudine. Next question is which is the largest cell in human body? Here four options are given: nerve cell, muscle cell, liver cell, kidney cell. Hope you know the answer. Yes, nerve cell is the largest cell in human body. So students, first of all you have to read the content given in NCERT book page number 57 to 59 about introduction about cell till blue question. Here is a link given, you can just click in that link and you will be able to see that content. Then secondary resources to understand content in given NCERT, go to Diksha. Here is a link given for Diksha. Here a YouTube video is given. It is a very good, and here they have just given explanation in very good manner. And here two links are given for YouTube video. You can just see, watch, and you will be able to understand everything. So students, hope you all are able to understand. In the end, I would like to say thank. Stay home, stay safe, study hard.